Health, January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, a month dedicated to providing education about the cause, prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and survivorship of cervical cancer. Each year, more than 4,000 women die of cervical cancer. However, nearly 93% of cervical cancers are preventable through regular screenings and HPV vaccine, both which are provided at the Fargo-Cass Public Health Family Planning Program. Fees for the services are based on household size and income, and no one is ever turned away due to inability to pay. Please give them a call today to make an appointment. Library. The library's online winter Readathon program for readers of all ages starts January 3rd and runs through March 6th. Readers are invited to read books and to earn chances to enter prize drawings. This theme this year is Get Smitten with Reading. The library's mitten tree is up in the main library, and staff is accepting donations of homemade, newly purchased, or gently used cold weather gear such as mittens, gloves, hats, scarves, and socks. Public Works. The Administrative Office received an email from a resident recently regarding the city's Public Works Department, and considering today's weather, I wanted to share it. The resident said, "I want to show some praise to the street crews who handle snow removal. I have lived in Wisconsin and Minneapolis, which are no strangers to winter weather. However, those crews don't hold a candle to the skill and efficiency in which the Fargo crews handle winter weather. I am aware that complaints screech louder than silent satisfaction, so I just want to give a shout out to the Fargo crews and administration who have snow removal down to a science that any Siberian city would be jealous of. Keep up the good work, and please know that all of us who work in the winter mornings do appreciate it, even though it's not shown enough. Thank you." The firefighter graduation ceremony was held in Chambers on December 22nd, and 2 firefighters, Adam and Tristan, and 1 new West Fargo recruit, Dan. All 3 completed a difficult and comprehensive 14-week training academy hosted by the Fargo and West Fargo fire departments. The Joint Academy saves resources and time, ensures that both Fargo and West Fargo fire departments can work collaboratively in mutual aid events. The Common Apps team has embedded in with the fire training sessions and produced this behind-the-scenes video for you to enjoy.
So the Fire Training Academy in Fargo is a 14-week academy. 10 weeks concentrate on fire skills and 4 weeks concentrate on EMS skills. In recent years, the city of West Fargo has transitioned to a more full-time fire department, and as they brought that staff up to that level, cooperation between the 2 departments started to build. We have a mutual aid agreement to where we'll share resources on larger events, either into the city of West Fargo or into the city of Fargo. So there was just kind of a natural relationship there that allowed us to build out the training to not only accommodate that mutual aid, but then to also make both departments better through training.
It has been a great partnership. We share borders, so it's been working out really good, and I think in the future we're going to have a lot more workings together.
A lot of training, fire training in particular, in the past focused on just doing. It was more about the what to do rather than the how and the why. So we're really, as a fire service, trying to move past that and into understanding the why. So having the classroom component gives us that opportunity to discuss, we're putting a ladder up, sure, we're putting it up to this window, but why are we doing it? So that we have smarter firefighters on the fire ground making decisions rather than just reacting to something that's happening.
Yeah, it was nice being on the training ground. We don't have to go very far. If you got some questions, we can literally go right outside and, hands-on do it. If something doesn't make sense, maybe how you're imagining it, you can go right outside and do it. So yeah, it's nice to learn a little bit and then do it and then kind of keep going like that. So.
Yeah, you can't sit in a classroom and learn how to force a door. You can't sit in a classroom and learn how to drag somebody out. You have to get out there in the bunker gear, in the coats, in the SCBAs, and actually do it.
So the CPR dummies are pretty high tech. I mean, they would hook up to a laptop and they could tell you how deep you were going, how fast you were going. It would tell you to speed up or slow down, and it would down to 1/10 of an inch for the depth. It took us a little while to get the hang of it, but once you got the hang of it, the dummies were a great tool for really getting it figured out.
I would say really the live burns were really beneficial. We're never going to get too comfortable working in that environment, so just getting the different experience from that, and working with the different crews for that matter. Actually, so our level 3 burn day, we were with different crews. And that was really nice because we got to see, what different people would want, and just moving within the fire itself was really helpful.
You're going through a building, especially our first fire, we weren't all that familiar with our training building yet. So we get in there and we have no idea what's left, right, what the rooms are. It's totally dark. You can't see more than 2 feet in front of you. Just figure out how to work through it and find that fire and get it out.
So one of the big benefits of the live fire scenarios is taking those skills, hose advancement, forcible entry, search and rescue, and putting them into a higher stress environment. We can't simulate everything in the burn building that you would typically see on the fire ground, but we can add some heat, we can add some visibility restrictions, and things of those nature that complicate the skills even further.
So that was probably our first exposure to being truly can't see anything. And then that building we had really never seen other than just a little bit that morning. And it was fully furnished with tables and chairs and couches and coffee tables. So trying to go through that, it was a little bit disorienting, but the way they told us to do it in our classroom, it all made sense. And you just kind of followed a wall and worked your way around and searched underneath things of how to search cribs and then dragging your tool and checking doors, and it actually made a lot of sense. And after we went through it a few times, it seemed like we were really flying through the search of the first floor. It was just a piece of wax paper inside of our mask, so you could kind of make out colors, but you couldn't tell definite shapes. Everything was just a big blur.
It was a little hard to balance with different parts of your body trying to float to the top and trying to keep oriented, but it wasn't too cold until the water started to leak in. We tried to get to a certain point and you think you're doing well and you're really close, and then 2 seconds later the current takes you 20 feet down. It's just crap, now you gotta try to work your way all the way, either back out of the strong current, work your way back around, or try fight the current, which it's not easy.
The suits that we have, they do really good at keeping us warm and buoyant. They aren't necessarily the most comfortable and easy. The dexterity in them is really bad, but again, really good to get in the suit and get comfortable with them, because it's not a good day when we have to put them on and make a rescue. So the more comfortable we can be in them, the better. That's
been my favorite day of all so far. So I grew up hanging out in lakes country a lot and always liked swimming, so I was kind of excited for water rescue. We got to do it. It was super fun. Definitely the hardest swimming I've ever done. It's like trying to swim with muck boots and a Carhartt suit on. You can kick and kick and kick, and you just can't get any speed, but yet you can float all over the place, grabbing lines, trying to fight the rapids in the banana boat. In a way, it might have looked like we were just kind of goofing around, but we were definitely training. So one day we're swimming in the red, and the next day we're 100 feet up in the ladder truck, swinging the platform around, and then getting off the platform and onto the roof or off the ladder and climbing in through a window at the 5th story. It was a lot of fun. The crews were really awesome that we got to work with.
Yeah, getting the platform right up and then trying to climb in the window, and as long as you're strapped in when you're making all of your movements, it's not, you're not gonna fall, and so it makes it a little easier. If you're unhooking yourself, which you shouldn't do, and then climbing in, yeah, that'd be a little bit different. But yeah, you're hooked in the whole time, so it's not too bad.
So we get to kind of get to ride on every single truck. We get to meet a lot of the crews. We do our ride-alongs every Friday. We get to meet a lot of them. They come up and participate in our training, so we get an idea of what our daily training is going to look like when we get into our station assignments. We get to know what some of the guys are like, and we get familiar with the equipment because they're not all the exact same.
You get these tools, and they're big and they're heavy, and a lot of people have experience using power tools, but the amount of power that those tools have is just ridiculous. I mean, you can just cut through the frame of the car and just everything without any troubles. I mean, it's ridiculous how strong they are.
Like I said, it's kind of another thing where you learn about it in the book, but once you get your hands on and you feel the weight of this, or it's trying to clamp down and it's kind of pushing the whole tool kind of towards you, left, right, whatever, versus just clipping the door off or hinges, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I hadn't worked with it, so it was kind of fun to get hands on. If it's something that you think you want to do, I think it's a great career to go for, and Academy is really good in teaching us everything we need to know.
I mean, I was Fire 1 certified before I came here, and I learned more in this 10 weeks than I have in probably 2 or 3 years of volunteer experience and that. We get a lot of reps touching on everything and that you need to know.
I thought it was great. I really benefited from it, both in just learning from the lectures and the books and taking the tests, but especially the hands-on, going through it, and Captain Willie was really thorough with the training in it, so it was really beneficial to me and my skills to make me a better firefighter.
I think it's been very successful. I think we are holding a high standard of what we're getting done here, and the training that they're getting once they come off of this truck is amazing. They have had reps after reps after reps to get things right and to make sure they're doing it the right way. So I expect high things out of these 3 firefighters when they get onto their trucks and with their crews.
Looking at test scores, looking at their abilities to complete the skills, I feel like we've been successful in moving this academy forward. A lot of that pays to the abilities of the 3 candidates that we put through the academy, but it's been a really good working relationship as well with our 2 training captains and then Chief Berg from West Fargo. We've worked together well to blend the learning and then support the candidates as they work through academy.
Very good. We every now and then do a proclamation, and it's oftentimes throughout the city of Fargo we do this, but not everybody is an employee for the city of Fargo. So for Eric Johnson, the city of Fargo is going to do a proclamation. Whereas Eric Johnson graduated from the University of North Dakota Law School and was admitted to the State Bar Association of North Dakota in 1982, and whereas Attorney Eric Johnson has represented the city of Fargo in various capacities since 1985, first working with the Planning Commission, and whereas Attorney Eric Johnson was Assistant City Attorney before being named City Attorney in 2007, following in the position held by his mentor, Gary Stewart, who was the Fargo City Attorney for 38 years. And whereas since 2007, City Attorney Eric Johnson has attended more than 350 City Commission meetings, and whereas tonight will be City Attorney Eric Johnson's last City Commission meeting, and he will now return to work as a private attorney and spend more time at his love of flying, golf, and lifelong learning. Thereby be resolved that I, T.J. Mahoney, Mayor of City of Fargo, do hereby to proclaim Monday, December 27, 2021, to be an Eric Johnson Day in the City of Fargo, and thank Eric for his wisdom, dedication, and commitment to the city. Congratulations. Thank you. You can say something if you'd like.
All right. Sure. Well, this is a surprise. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's interesting, this being the last meeting after a few. And I'd just say, first of all, it really has been a privilege to be able to work for the city of Fargo for this many years. I didn't realize how enjoyable it would be to do this kind of work, city attorney work. I'd done litigation and done some prosecuting, but this is really fulfilling work, and it's been really exciting. I've had the privilege of working for a city when it's done incredible things, thanks to commissioners like yourselves and the predecessors and the staff that are here. And so it's just I was making a joke the other meeting when I said it's a joy, but seriously, it has been just a joy. And so I thank you for that privilege. And I want to acknowledge my wife, Beth, who's here for my last meeting, and thank her as well. And thanks to all the staff. Great department heads and great staff members. So I appreciate it.